Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new
genmedia CLI.
If you've never heard of CLI before, it stands for Command Line Interface. We're going to walk through how to get it installed, throw it some basic commands, and then we're going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to let Claude, with some of its brand new skills, take over, and I'll show you how to use AI agents in your content production pipeline. Let's get right into it. So the first step is to head to fall.ai, make an account, and head over to your API keys. If you don't have one, go ahead and add key, give it a little note, create key, and then save that somewhere safe. The next step is to make a folder where you're going to put your project, and for me, I'm just putting it right on desktop, and I'm calling it file YouTube demo. Call it something simple. Once you have your folder set up, you can navigate to it. So for me, I'm going to hit ls, then I'm going to say cd, we're going to go to desktop, ls again. And what do we call this one? We're going to say change directory, fall YouTube demo. Boom, there we are. So now let's actually install the
genmedia CLI.
I'm going to paste this command here and hit enter. I already have this installed, so hopefully it's not a problem to install it twice. Maybe it updated, I'm not sure. And we can check that this is installed now with genmedia.sh. Give it a second, and there we are. I'm on currently v0.6.1, and it's looking great. If this is your first time using genmedia, you're going to write genmedia and then setup, enter, and it's going to walk you through a couple prompts. Go ahead and have your API key in your copy paste bin so that you can paste that in there and follow the next couple steps, and you'll be all set up. So with genmedia installed and initialized, let's just boot it up, and we're going to do a really basic command here. We're going to generate an image from terminal. So I'm copy and pasting a prompt in here, or a command rather, with a prompt in it. And we're going to be using the realistic vision text to image model. And so this command reads, genmedia run, then the endpoint, our text prompt, and then we're also flagging to actually download it locally to our computer. So we'll send this off. Hopefully it's running. Great, it says model is running. And we'll go check it out on the actual fall website in a second as well. Great, so very quick. So we can see back at the fall website that under realistic vision in our request, we actually do have our outputs here. But more importantly and impressive is that we actually have the outputs on our local computer as well. So it actually did download it. So as a quick recap, again, we sent a command using genmedia. It sent a request to fall. It created the image, uploaded that to the fall CDN, and then also downloaded it to our computer. However, this process, of course, by hand is kind of slow. So let's move on to using Claude to make this a little bit faster and easier for everyone. Moving on, before we go on to the agent side of things with Claude, we need to install a couple skills. However, when you do this initially, it's going to tell you that you don't have the correct folder. So we'll go to Claude and try to get things set up as quickly as possible. I'm going to write Claude and boot up we're going to say trust folder, and here we are. We have Claude code up and running. I'm going to say add the required agents and skills folders to install custom skills. Is that the correct terminology? I'm not sure. I think Claude can probably figure it out. To install skills or Claude skills, you basically need to have these hidden folders, and we're gonna grant it access to do all of that, and hopefully we'll be in a better place there. So here we are in our working directory. We're gonna hit Command Shift period, and that's gonna show us our hidden files and folders. We'll go to columns and just make sure that we have the necessary agents and skills subfolders. Now we can install some new Claude skills provided by Fall. So the one I'm going to install is called Fall Recipes, and this is the command, genmedia skills install Fall Recipes, and we'll let this do its thing. Looks like things worked out, and again, this is because we had those folders already set up. Let's head over into Claude, boot it up one more time, and let's get into some more interesting stuff. So I want to now use Claude to generate my command line interface commands because I don't know all the parameters of the different models, and I don't really want to copy and paste them in either. So let's go ahead and say use genmedia to create, or I'm going to say generate an image that is 16 by 9 of a Korean man working at a MacBook Pro at a modern YouTube studio, and use Nano Banana Pro. Claude is now going to go through all of the genmedia stuff and figure out how to actually get this done, how to put together the prompt, and then actually send it directly to Fall, again, using the CLI. Now it's downloading the Nano Banana Pro schema, so this kind of tells it, what type of inputs and different ways of using the model are. And so this is what it's put together. This is the genmedia call. It says run file AI Nano Banana Pro. The input is a big text input there, the prompt, and you'll see that it has definitely added things to it. So it took my prompt and kind of expanded it. And we also have our parameter of aspect ratio, number of images is 1, and format is JPEG. So again, Claude just went through using genmedia and all its internal documentation, whatever you want to call it. It figured out how to actually put together the correct prompt for me. I didn't have to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and say 2, and this should be sending this actually off to Fall. Great, so it looks like Claude and genmedia figured it out here. I see the prompt, and we have our generated image, and perhaps it's downloaded. We'll go find out. It says it is downloaded. Awesome. And again, if we go to the Fall website, we can see under Nano Banana Pro that our request did get sent in here. That's our generated image. Locally on our project directory, we also have then downloaded the image, and Nano Banana Pro is much better than whatever image model we used in the beginning. This actually doesn't look that different than my setup. Is AI replacing me? Maybe soon. So now let's put this all together, and we're going to generate a multi-shot sequence entirely from Claude using the CLI and some of the new Claude skills. So what I've done here is I've created a new project, and it's on my desktop called Fall YouTube Demo 2. And I installed the Fall recipes again, and we have all the folders ready for that. And if we look at our folder structure, again, we have our hidden folder up here, and in it are our installed Fall recipe Claude skills, which looking through those is pretty interesting, but that's again what we need to get started. So then I'm going to go to Claude, get that started, and I'm going to paste in our command. Okay, so the start of our command looks like this. It says create a cinematic storytelling sequence, and then we're going to just write our story with as much detail as we want. The cinematic and storytelling keywords, those are what are going to trigger our new Claude skills. So I've written down a little bit of a scenario here. It has a 30-year-old Korean man working on a laptop, and as he writes, there's images flying out from the computer behind him onto a wall, and the reveal is that all of those images come to form a portrait of a young girl. And then that girl in real life and the man both look at the wall and they're like, wow, look what we've made. So really basic stuff here. We could go crazy on this prompt and this story and let it chop it up, but let's keep it short for this demo. And let's send Claude and Fall at it and see what happens. So as Claude and the CLI start to cook here, as we zoom out big picture, we're trying to relieve ourselves of the technical details of the image model and the technical details of the video models and all the different text prompts and formattings that they basically want. We just designed the big picture, and Claude and the CLI are going to handle the implementation. It's gone and broken this up into shots. You can look at that it's chosen 16:9. It's going to break it up into 4 6-second shots with some descriptions. At this point in the process, we can go with Claude and be like, I don't like shot 2, change it to a medium shot, or have it do this type of camera move, but we're just going to let it cook, see what it comes up with. So we do have some outputs. So we have some images. Oh man, it's a really young girl. So at this point in the process, we could say, hey, let's make the portrait of the girl a little bit older in age. Should have just specified in the original text prompt, but that's okay. This is our main shot of the man at the studio. It's a little bland. It's not my favorite, but again, it's within the range here. Not my favorite. We would go back and do more, but we'll see. So next, we'll see that it has a folder for shots and videos, but nothing there yet. Let's head back to Claude. So it's even commenting on its own work here. Anchors look perfect. Clean photoreal man at the MacBook Pro, and the girl, sort of. I guess it's fine. Again, we could intervene here, but let's let it cook. So now it's generating the shots. I'm not sure that it's downloading it yet, but they are on the file CDN. It says shot 1 looks great, man on the right, on the left, and now it's generating shots 2, 3, and 4 in parallel using shot 1 as the composition anchor. So this is a great technique that I showed in pretty much almost all of my videos, but you generate the kind of establishing shot first, and then use that as a reference to create the other shot. So it did it in the right order. It's generating the first shot, and then it's going to reference all of those and generate all the other shots all at once. Versus me, it's usually one by one or on like a bunch of different Chrome tabs trying to make it faster. This is certainly faster. What I haven't seen is what that image actually looks like, and I haven't been able to approve all of these shots here, but we could build that into this process and we'll see what we get from it. So at this point, it's returned some of the shots here. From an art direction point of view, that's pretty interesting. I'm actually pretty okay with this. So these are the starting shots that it created in Seedream. Not like the super highest quality. I would have probably preferred Nano Banana Pro or GPT-2, but it's passable for now. His face gets a little blurry. I'm not loving that, but the images shooting onto the background, it's interesting. And then it did actually make a pretty good tiled shot of him, and I'm going to say his daughter now. And then it's them looking at the thing together. So overall, I would say the storytelling part is correct, but as far as the image quality, we probably should have just said use Nano Banana Pro, use GPT-2. I think that would have come out a little bit better. So checking back in on this, it looks like we have, Claude has submitted 4 different image to video calls requests from fall/cdance, and those are all being done for us, right? Normally you'd have to go onto the fall website, upload the image, make the video, upload the image, make the video. It would take a long time. And while this is only 4 shots, imagine as this process gets more involved where it's doing this over 30 shots or it's doing it over a much longer execution. Okay, cool. So all 4 shots have been downloaded. Very cool. It's giving me a little table of what's happened of each shot. And typically what we want to do then is to either generate music or put them all together. And we're going to say stitch them together using FFmpeg. So these shots are already on the fall CDN online, so it should have references to all of that. And it's going to, I do get this error once in a while. It'll sort out this error. And then it's going to actually edit all of those videos together for us, which, in most cases isn't going to be right. It's like an edit that's like 5 seconds, 5 seconds. That's probably not going to be right. But for brevity, that is kind of a cool thing to have. What is this now? Oh, we're installing something. Great. So Claude and Fall have finished, and it says that it's given us our video file as story final. Let's check it out. We have a folder called final. Great. I forget if we prompted for audio. It looks like we did, but I'm going to mute it on my side. Let's watch back our final video. Be gentle. This is agentic, early days, but let's watch it. Pretty good. Not my favorite face. Again, this is more the image. That cut, not amazing, but okay, cool. Right, we have the stuff coming out. Sort of a knot. Doesn't make sense, really. So, but again, these are the shots animated. And yeah, so they need art direction, right? So let's talk about the big process, what it did right, and then I'll just nitpick it for you because obviously there's things that are wrong, things that we could do, and we could continue to fix in Claude. But let's look at the process really quickly from a high level. We basically went from our single text prompt and Claude and genmedia and Fall sorted out by creating our kind of like anchor images. This is our main character, the man. Here's the final portrait of the girl. After that, it created the shots, which we have some things to talk about here, but it created these 4 shots, which is cool. And then from there, it generated each one of those into videos for us, again, without any manual work, right? This is the stuff that's orchestrating. And then in the end, it edited them together, which you probably wouldn't do. You would edit them yourself in an NLE. Now, it doesn't take, a Spielberg to know that this film is not incredible, right? But that's not the CLI's fault. That's not generative AI's fault. That is our job. We have a job here. You should be happy that this isn't perfect right now if you're a creator. Just simple filmmaking things. He's dead center. That's fine. The image quality not incredible because, again, the image model not my favorite. So we immediately jump cut, same framing, and action happening. That's a no-no. We don't do that. We should have had probably a close-up on the hands would have been fine. We could have caught this in the storyboarding phase, but anyway, maybe have this start as a close-up of the hands so that the cut makes more sense, then cut back to this to reveal something like that. Different camera moves. There's a lot that could be done here better. Again, this is sort of a jump cut where it's kind of like, what? How did that happen? It doesn't make sense. It's already done. So this would need some work on the effects side. And again, we're cutting from the same medium shot over and over again. Not incredible. It pushes in. That's not bad. If we actually made it to a full screenshot, that would have been better. Again, this image is different than the other one. But overall, the girl and the guy are still looking at the portrait. That's the art direction stuff. A lot of things could be done better there. Trust me, I know. But the point of this process is to look at how working with the CLI and Claude can help automate things like batching. You don't probably want to lean on it just yet on like the heavy art directive, creative control stuff, but it can help with expanding text. And we want to use this to automate the things that we want automated. And so for me, I would want to always see every frame that it's going to come back with. We're going to continue to iterate and art direct those frames, right, until they're good. Then when all the frames are made, it's like, let's look at them all. Will this make sense when we turn it back into an image? That's the human's job, right? Let's review this. Is this actually good? Or is this going to cut weird, right? And then review. And you can still be doing all of this from terminal, right? And we're not having to like hand upload images to the website and hit enter and wait for them and download them and all that stuff. That stuff is kind of what takes too long. So while this process is early days and the final output didn't one-shot an Academy Award-winning film, which is good for us, honestly, I hope that you can see the potential of
genmedia CLI.
Combined with Claude is that we can just work by typing and we don't have to be doing or using, whisper flow and talking. We don't have to be doing all the manual uploading and prompt writing. We can just come in when it's like, that shot's bad, make it closer, change the angle, and you can just work at a more high level, truly, a much, much higher level. Rough look at this process. Super interested to see your thoughts on this. If it's comments about the quality of the final film, I get it more than anyone else. But to me, I am pretty impressed with this process. Early days, really excited to see how I can hopefully inject some of my cinematography art direction over this. And every time I run this process, it's sort of surprising and kind of fun. I think this is a new generation of content creation that's being enabled by this, and excited to see what I can make and what you can make as well. And I'll see you on the next video.